Hi, it's me, C, once again for a day video. Today I'm going to talk about health, my health, our health, see how that goes. And specifically because I'm trying to get a little routine dialed in even before I get to Thailand. So, yes, if you're new here, which you probably are, because this is a new thing for me, I talk about moving abroad, being abroad, because this is the second leg of my journey abroad. My first stops were in Latin America, and now I'm headed over to Southeast Asia in a few weeks, which I'm totally excited about. Yes, and yeah, so about this dialing in my health thing. So I had been on GLP-1 for a bit while I was in Mexico, and I will fully say that when I went to Mexico, listen, I fully intended to gain weight. I know people are like, oh my God, you decided to actually gain weight? I was like, yes, honey. I was a size 0, and US size 0, and when and where I was here in Hawaii, the Mexican food lacking, and I spent most of my adult life living in a place where I had ample access to all different kinds of all different regions of Mexico food. And so, yeah, I guess not being able to eat any of my favorite food over the years that I was living in Hawaii was like, it's super easy for me to lose weight and be on a GLP, but this time on the GLP-1, I was like, okay, I'm gonna reduce my dosage so I could eat more food, a lot more food. And so I did that in Mexico. And I had, I should say Mexico y Costa Rica también. So I had all the different kinds of tacos. I had all the different kinds. Oh my God, I discovered, y'all, when I was in the Yucatan, I discovered marquesitas. Ooh. And at first I was like, I heard what it was, and I was like, a crunchy crepe type thing. I'm like, nah, that's not, doesn't sound like quite my ministry. And then I was out on a date with this Canadian dude, and he talks so much trash on the marquesita, and I was just like, I'm thinking, is it really that bad? I mean, it didn't sound great to me. But then he was like, oh, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was just like, but first of all, I ain't like him anyway. And that was doubly like, you're going to get the bombastic side eye. And then, but one day, my girlfriend that I was hanging out with, my lady friends that we went out to the ladies' brunch with, she was like, oh no, you have to try them from this stand. Now, listen, if you go to Merida, there are many a marquesita stand. And I'm not going to tell you which one's the good kind, because I want you to go to Merida and go try all the marquesitas for yourself and decide which marquesita stand is your favorite. Because they're all similar. But if you're a foodie like me, you can tell that you will discover like how long you like your marquesitas to be cooked on the irons before they give it to you. And so that's a good thing. But when I had it from this particular stand, I mean, she took me to the one that she thought was the best. Now, side quest chat about food, because it's about food, health, it's all connected and related. And I'm a foodie. I love food. I consider myself an amateur food critic. Do I write about it? In some places, and maybe I'll share that one day. But anyway, so, and I trust her judgment on stands and Mexican food, right? And because when we, close to time after we first met, she was like, have you tried dos esquites yet? And I was like, "Dos esquites." I was like, "Ande." And so she took me to, again, one of her favorite Dos esquites stands. And not only that, but this stand that had Dos esquites had a line. Listen, here's the thing. Now, if you see a line of the local people at a stand, baby, you must go. Gotta go. You gotta go. You just gotta go, and you gotta ask in your best Spanglish, or wherever you are in the world, Vietnamese or Thai or whatever. Ask people what they're waiting in line for, and order those things. Order those things. Delicious. So yes, the Dos Esquites thing I never had before changed my life. Changed my life. Changed the essence of my soul. Okay? The essence of my soul. So anyway, yeah, after that life-changing culinary experience, yeah, I trusted her judgment. I was like, baby, anything you tell me to try, I will eat. I will eat it because I know it will be good, or at least a wonderful or interesting mouth experience. Like it's a particular kind of texture, or is a flavor I haven't had before, or that I have to guess at, because I've eaten very many things culinarily speaking, across, I should say that, across the culinary board. I've eaten a lot of things. I've been fairly adventurous with my food, and I know you're like, you're still talking about food. We'll talk about health. I'll talk about health in a minute. Hang in there. Walk with me. Yeah. So the Marquesita stand. The Marquesita stand. And she was like, here, you know, I want you to try it more in its basic form, right? Not its final form, because you get to, once you have one, it's like you get to like experiment with the final form of the Marquesita, right? And so she gives me a basic one with queso de bollo. Queso de boya? Anyway, the queso that's about yay big, and you don't know how yay big, but about 7 inches around, and it comes like, it has a red package around, red wax around it. Anyway, they shave that into the Marquesita, fold it up, and they give it to you. Now listen, what I will warn you about is, you get a few, if you have sensitive hands, get a few napkins, because when it baby, they just give it to you right off the iron. So if you don't have chef hands, you don't know those chef hands where you can touch a pot, or you can touch oil without it, like, without having your brain go and you do all that, then you might not want to grab it right at it, because there's only a tiny a very thin piece of paper that they wrap it in to give it to you hot off the 300+ degree Fahrenheit iron, baby. So unless you want to wreck yourself, you better grab a few napkins. By few, I mean depending on the how much you can handle with heat you can handle with your hands. I say four. Now, you know, for us neurodivergent folks, and we have, you know, sensitivity sometimes, I'm gonna need you to maybe grab 5. Because when I say the first time, actually it was a second or third time this happened, but I'm telling you now so that you know, use the napkins. Do not forget the napkins. You have been warned. Okay, because that Marquesita will set your hand on fire, and you damn skippy. Want to give it at least 30 seconds before you just, baby, because if you be doing all that, doing all this, trying to cool off your mouth while the thing is still in your mouth, you're like, you're walking around looking crazy. Don't do that. Especially, yeah, don't do that. I'm not saying that I may or may not have done that. Maybe once or twice. Maybe. Yeah, so that is to say, when I went to Mexico y Costa Rica, that was the Mexico experience of culinary experience. I went from town to town, ate all of the local things, and you know what? I may have to do it again and actually write about it. I didn't write about all the food, unfortunately. And then there was Costa Rica. I ate all the huaraches. It's a big, huarache, how do I say? A big, thick corn tortilla, about, when I say big, this I mean 12. A 12 by 5.5 shape tortilla thing. Handmade. And then they put the toppings on. It was like cheese and then meat. Again, you can get it in the basic form, right? And then once you have one, you decide like which toppings you want to put on it. It's like, and then you can get it to its final form. So my particular favorite huarache as cheese, y aguacate, carne asada y carne, ¿qué es? Carne asada. Yeah, carne asada. I think that's the right meat. Yep, that one. And also, oh my God, the one that comes off the spinning thing, where that's like the Greek food. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my gosh, perimenopause, my brain. Anyway, it's the red meat that comes on the spit and the spinning around on the fire on the side, and they like cut it off. That meat on your huarache. Oh. Again, life-changing culinary experience. Oishi. That's Japanese. Anyway, that's Japanese for delicious. So, amazing. Another thing, Costa Rica. Oh my God, the rice and beans. They have a special breakfast, a pito de gallo, I think it is, something like that. But it's a special breakfast of rice and beans, and they have this square of like salty cheese. I did not know it, but I am a fool for however they grill or whatever kind of salt they put on the salty cheese that comes with the breakfast thing. Listen, and I'm saying all this to say, all this weight that I gained was very well earned. I had to try for it, okay? I had to eat all the things, okay? I ate everything. Yeah, so I think, so from when I got there to like the weight that I am now, I would say, oh my gosh, size 0 to like, am I like a size 10 now? Something like that. 10, 12 or something like that now. It's not to say I don't love my body. I do. I'm like, ooh, oh, I'm much curvier. I was like, I got goddess curves now. I'm like, anyway, sorry. But my joints are not liking it at all. So I got to get back to closer to the size that I was, which means like a 0 to at most probably about a 4. I think after that, after that, my knee starts to be like, when I like this, and so we don't like that. I don't like that feeling in my body. And also, yeah, which is to say all the clothes that I went with, they did not fit, and they of course had been given away because they didn't fit, not at all. Could not get one thigh in that stuff. But I did save one pair of shorts just as a size, just to let me, because I didn't take my measurements right back then. But I do have a pair of shorts that I used to fit in that were baggy on me. I'm like, okay, if the shorts get baggy on me again, that's the right whatever configuration, weight, and also if my knee feels like, yeah, I can do everything, once again, I'm at the right weight for what my joints like. So yay. And I'm saying all of that to say that in dialing in, getting it back into formation, my happy size, my joints happy size, I'm changing over to, and I'm gonna call it the generic version of it. It's called Tirzepatide. So the Tirzepatide is ordered, and that should be arriving shortly after the new year. And it's pretty sure the doctor said it's like 2.5 mg of that, and 5 mg is the, what do you call it? The effective dose, as it were. But also, I'm short, and less than 5 may be my ideal dosage for Tirzepatide. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. And also somewhere, if I have a community tab yet or whatever, I'll put a picture of how I am currently, because when I was doing the experiment with Reta, that was I gotten down to 5 pounds, but I was super inflamed. And so I think now I'm at still like -3 or 4, because I've also pretty regularly stayed I'll be staying pretty, what do they call it? Low carb. Not keto, because not full keto, not hardcore like that, like I used to have to when I was, when I used to have regular, really bad flare-ups. That's the best thing. Yes, keto, great for when you're flared up. Will set you free. or also called the autoimmune protocol, where it comes to food. Super helpful if you have inflamed nations in your body. You're at that war doing the things. Try the autoimmune protocol. Super helpful. While I sit here and start to have a whole hot flash. Oh my god. Ooh-wee. Okay. Anyway, so in order not to have to do this whole thing on camera and you watch me all of a sudden glow from within, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in terms of my health. The Tirzepatide is ordered. Oh yeah, and I have to, in terms of what I think my range is that I would like to lose, I think it's 30 pounds, or maybe 25 to 30 pounds, 25 to 35 pounds, somewhere in there. Now I can't think because my body's on fire. Fire! Okay, I'm gonna go. Aloha.